Okay, we're continuing the interviews here on the Weekend Warrior Show. We have two interviews from the movie Dracula, A Love Story, which is a new movie from French filmmaker Luc Besson, who I've been a big fan of for quite some time. I've interviewed him a few times in the past. He's been missing in action for the last few years. He had a movie called Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets back in 2017, and that was the last time I had been in the same room with him. He's had a few movies since then. Last year, he had a movie called Dogman, starring Caleb Landry Jones, who, oddly enough, is actually back playing Dracula, as you can see in the background. It's pretty faithful to the novel from Bram Stoker that came out in the 19th century. It's been adapted so many times to movies like Nosferatu, the original, Nosferatu from a couple of years ago, the Robert Eggers version, and then lots of versions of Dracula, including the classic from the 30s starring Bela Lugosi. I guess one of the better known, more recent versions was the Francis Ford Coppola version called Bram Stoker's Dracula, starring Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder. I was not really a fan of that one. This one has some similarities to that one, but it's definitely more of a love story. It's kind of different for Luc Besson because he hasn't really done horror before. As he told me, he's not really a fan of horror. Yeah, this is the third or fourth time I've spoken to him over the years. Last time was for Valerian. Before that was for a movie called Arthur and the Invisibles, kind of a kids movie, which I didn't really care for. And then a movie called Angel A. Those that was all back in the early 2000s, I'd say. It's been a long time since I've had like a one-on-one with him. So Dracula was a great opportunity. I kind of enjoyed this movie. It looks really gorgeous. It has some amazing sequences, which we spoke about, and it's not going to be for everyone. I mean, it has some issues, but I think it's worth watching this interview. Enjoy.
My order has been studying this for 400 years. And you're the first to have captured a specimen alive. These creatures are the result of a divine curse.
What exactly did I capture?
A vampire.
Luke, it's great seeing you. It's been a long time since we see each other.
Hello. How
So,
are you?
so good, good. I was very happy to see your message that Dracula, your name, pretty cool. I like it. So I've seen it a couple times now. So
Thank you, sir.
if I had a chance, I would be at the theater tonight because they're showing it here in the U.S. as a secret screening. So anyway, what got you started on this? Is this something you wanted to do for a long time to make something like this, or?
No, not really. In fact, I just want to do another film with Caleb Landry Jones because I love this guy and he's a genius. And we were looking for what can we do next. And then a bunch of ideas came on the table, and Dracula was one of them. I read the book again, and I totally forgot that it was about love. In fact, a story of a man who wait 400 years because he wants to see his wife again, and that's very romantic, and that strike me, and I want to tell the story with Caleb.
I mean, as you probably know, there've been a lot of adaptations of the book originally. Besides the romance and the love thing, were there other things that you said that you wanted to introduce into this that weren't in any other version or the book?
First, I'm too scared. If I see a horror film, I can't watch it more than 5 minutes because I'm doing nightmares for months after. So, but it was nice to play with some element of vampirism or blood, or to play with it a little bit and making fun of it a little bit. So the priest and the doctor are lost, because it's beyond science, it's beyond God, and it's fun to play with that. Like for example, like Jonathan, the young guy, goes down, with the torch, and the music is very loud. So which is the classical moment of the guy going in the crypt, and then you see the sarcophagus of Dracula. So it's really like typical horror film. But when the thing open, Dracula say, "You shouldn't have come here," and that's what I like about it. It's to at the end to make fun of it.
There's a lot more, and I feel a lot more religion in this and spirituality. Is that something that you read in the book that you kind of wanted to expand upon, or was that something that has to be part of it just because of Dracula and the cross and the whole thing?
No, I think it was interesting to talk about the faith, because this Count Dracula at the beginning is ready to kill in the name of God, but there's something wrong about that. I mean, how God can ask for people to die when He create humans? So there's already since the beginning there is something wrong. Like why we kill in the name of God, no matter which God. It's there's something not logical. And to realize little by little that no, man's kills man,
Hmm.
and God has nothing to do with it. And it's kind of nice to make the demonstration through the film. So it's just to everyone is related to his own faith. Are you a believer? And what do you believe?
Yeah, there were a couple of scenes that really, really blew me away. One of them was the dance scene, which is a big costume drama. It's the kind of thing we've seen we don't really expect from a Dracula movie, but you did a big scene like that. And then the other one was with the one in the chapel with the nuns,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Your costume design, production design. I mean, these would get Oscar nominations if they came out last year, I think, or maybe it's still eligible. I don't know, but
Maybe
uh,
next year.
next year, yeah. So how do you like when you're developing this and figuring this stuff out? When are you gonna how are you figuring out like where you're gonna put those scenes and film those scenes in between like the classic Dracula in the castle
I
stuff?
think, really try when I write a script, I feel like a painter. You feeling your emotion, you feeling your guts, and the story, you let the story goes, to float a little bit. And that's what I feel at the moment of the dance. Dracula is telling his story to Jonathan.
Mhm.
But you and me, when we're telling a story, we emphasize a little bit.
Hmm.
Like for example, if you talk about a storm, suddenly you make it bigger. You say, "Oh, the storm was amazing. The tree were flying." No, they were not flying. It was good, but not as big as you describe. So it was the same for me. Dracula, when he talk about the court of Europe and how people follow him, it's the way he describe it. So there is a little bit of romanticism on the way he tell the story. It probably never happened this way, but that this is how he tell the story, and I like that. I like to see his vision of the past.
And also the scene in the chapel with the nuns. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that in a any kind of vampire Dracula, any kind of movie. Was that hard to kind of pull off? It was like what was it the
The scene it took 3 days to do it. It's 45 dancers and it's a choreography. It was very hard to do, very hard. But I love the scene. The scene is amazing, and these dancers are. But you know what? It's funny because at the end there is one girl who goes at the top. You remember
Oh yeah, yeah.
the one that he bite. And I between the two, all the dancers, I choose one. I said, okay, what's your name? You're gonna be the one on the top. And I said to the girl, what's your name? And she said, my name is Lilu,
Hmm. Yeah.
which is the character of the Fifth Element. And I couldn't believe it. The only
Yeah,
girl I choose, her name was Lilu. That was really a sign somewhere.
it's funny. It reminded me of a ballet. It reminded me of something you might see on a ballet stage or something. Were you able to film all of it in France, or were you moving around, or going to Eastern Europe, or what was like sort of did you want to shoot in France?
Most of the shooting is on stage anyway, so
Oh,
you can
okay.
be anywhere. The only little thing we do like Palais Royal and a couple of things in Paris, Versailles, and we shoot also in Laponia in Finland
Oh,
for
okay.
the
Wow.
snow, for the snow. So that was pretty hard to do, but because you have to bring costume, horses, cannons, army, -20 and in the snow. But you have to do it.
I mean, I loved Caleb in this role, but I was actually amazed to see Christoph Waltz. He had already made the Frankenstein movie with Guillermo, and it came to do this was just kind of coincidence. That he ends up in a Frankenstein and a Dracula movie.
Well, I met him and I give him the script, and we really wants to work together. And he say, by the way, I don't know if it's a problem for you, but I'm also doing Frankenstein. And I said, I love Guillermo. I don't mind. It's okay. It's another movie. It's another story. It's fine. It's like you're asking a painter, oh, your friend is using the red. Do you mind to use the red too? You say, no, use the red. That's fine.
It was great in both movies, and it ended up being a really, good casting as well. I was curious about Zoe Blue. Zoe Blue, is that how I pronounce her name?
Yep.
Uh, yeah. How did you find her? I mean, I kind of found out later that she was related to Rosanna Arquette's daughter, but I mean, was she just like a casting thing? You found the casting, or?
The first time I approached her, I didn't know she was the daughter of Rosanna, because I worked with Rosanna like,
Oh, right.
30 years ago on the Big Blue, and so I basically have seen Zoe Blue big like this
Yeah.
when she was born.
Wow.
And no, it was a normal process, casting process. There's a couple of young actresses, very good, but Zoe was the best. The test was very hard. I push her to be sure that she's strong enough, but she succeeded, and I just took her because she was the best. That's it.
Listen, Luke, it's so great to see you again. I hope it won't be however many years. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you or talked to you. So it is nice. Great to see you back. I always like seeing your name on side projects. It's just funny. I wrote something about La Femme Nikita for Collider, like
Wow.
but like last year, and it exploded. It was like the I mean, it was the first thing I wrote for them, and it was huge. So I guess
That
there's a
was
lot of interest.
last century.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know, but it still works well. I saw it at a theater near me, and it still plays really well. So that's the
Thank you,
most
my
of it.
friend.
So thanks so much. Great to
Thank
see
you
you,
so
man.
much.
Take care.
See you soon.
Hopefully.
Tell your God that until he brings me back my wife, my life no longer belongs to him.
Pure souls can be reincarnated. Since then, I have lived on, waiting for her return.
She's in danger. He's here.
Let them come.
If we succeed in destroying this demon, all those who he's bitten will be freed from the curse.
God sent you here to kill me.
God sent me here to save you.